and I will be introducing the facilitator for today's event. But first, I'd like to give a brief introduction to this practice session. If you direct your attention towards your screen, you'll see the first element is Satsang. Satsang is a scientific method whereby we may obtain peace, light, and love in this life. It requires no physical skill, spiritual accomplishment, or meditation experience to begin its practice. Satsang consists of two words, Sat and Sang. Sat means positive energy, and Sang means to be with or to be in the presence of. Therefore, the word Satsang means to be in the presence of positive energy. The next element is meditation. Meditation is an important element of Satsang. When we meditate, we withdraw our consciousness from worldly objects and direct it inwards to focus on a single thought. In doing so, our minds become calm and our thoughts become pure, thereby allowing us to obtain higher states of consciousness, such as enlightenment, peace, light, and love. Inner orientation. There are two types of Satsang, inner Satsang and outer Satsang. An example of outer Satsang would be chanting or attending pilgrimages. When we practice outer Satsang, we have the potential to change our behavior, but only through the practice of inner Satsang can we obtain higher states of consciousness, such as enlightenment, peace, light, and love. The Satsang that you will learn today is an inner Satsang where we meditate in silence. Group sessions. These practice sessions are structured for group participation. When we meditate as a group, our focus is improved and our personal progress along our spiritual path is expedited. By regularly attending these practice sessions, the benefits of group participation are amplified. Joy and inner happiness. All beings wish to experience joy. Joy is the eternal longing of the soul, but only through the practice of inner Satsang can we obtain a joyous state. Each time we practice Satsang, our inner happiness gradually increases, ultimately culminating in a state of joy, which we experience 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The agenda for today consists of 3 sessions: the informative session, the practice session, and the interactive session. During the informative session, a lecture will be given about a Satsang topic, the founder, or some relevant spiritual topic. During the practice session, instruction will be given on how to meditate, followed by a period of practice. During the interactive session, you'll have the opportunity to ask questions, or there'll be a panel discussion. And now, I'd like to introduce the facilitator for today's event. He has over 40 years of Satsang experience. He's the grandson of Guru Maharaj, the founder of Ramashram Satsang. He was born into an enlightened family where he experienced his members obtain states of enlightenment and lead lives of peace, light, and love. At an early age, he began traveling with the mission throughout India, facilitating satsangs while maintaining his duties as a son and a loving husband. And upon arriving to the United States, both he and his wife continued to facilitate satsangs, and he led teams of satsang members in translating important satsang literature into English. He's worked tirelessly to spread satsang throughout the United States, India, and England, and currently travels throughout the DMV area. Today, he will teach us a rare and ancient form of satsang as taught by Guru Maharaj. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Sanjeev Kumarji.
So happy Tuesday, everyone. Thanks, Eddie, and glad we all are here. I was thinking, just I think June 21st is the International Yoga Day. So I'm thinking that day will have, I think it's a working day, but we will still have to think like maybe during the day, 10 a.m. We'll have a session If you feel that it should be in the evening also, then let me know. So in that process, I think we're thinking about, describing what's inner yoga, which I think we have done several times, but, yoga beyond physical exercises, the 8 limbs and the 4 limbs that are basically meditative practices. So I want to kind of take the opportunity over next few weeks to talk about the meditative aspects beyond the physical and breathing exercises of yoga philosophy and yoga framework, and how satsang actually is heavily focused. And as Guru Maharaj kind of, and as I think Eddie described, it's inner satsang, so inner yoga. So 4 inner practices of yoga, which is in Hindi, it's or Sanskrit, it's pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, and samadhi. So inward orientation, we talk about that. Concentration, we talk about that. Meditation, we practice all of this. And then the resulting higher consciousness. Those are the 4 limbs of yoga, which are less practiced, less talked about, relatively speaking, but I think are way more important and should be focused more heavily. So that's one thing that I definitely want to emphasize and take this opportunity to create some more videos, some more content, and discussions around these topics. And in the process, I think, as I have spoken before, I also myself realized that, this meditation in silence and, focused on concentrating on one thought of transcendental energy, is getting, you're becoming one with that energy, you're getting immersed in that energy, and then leaving that thought as well and becoming thoughtless. That in itself is, it's a very, so the light bulb kind of went off for me when I was trying to translate one of the chapters, and I've talked about this, but, if we were to ground ourselves in the present moment and we don't go to the past or the future, then the worry and anxiety doesn't exist, because that exists just for the very reason that we use our mind in a way that it's trying to think about the future and what if, and a lot of negative thoughts kind of consume you. And if you figure out a way to stay in the present moment, and if you figure out a way to become thoughtless, then the worry could not exist. And that, I must have read this several times. I have practiced it for decades, but that kind of dawned on me that, yes, we can find so many different ways to articulate this and so on and so forth. But when you realize this, the potency, the power, the significance of this practice, just that's when it will dawn on you that while you are in this deep silent meditation, not only you are imbibing this positive and uplifting energy, you are actually becoming worry free and free as in real terms. So when you try to share some of these things, you yourself continue to learn, and that was a huge learning for me. So now the other thing, so that's one aspect of this practice that I do want to share with others, but there is another thing that it is not, an event. It's not just, you meditate. Yeah, you need to test drive it works for you or not, but essentially you need to build a practice. You need to have, meditation become part of your lifestyle. And that is what the goal of these sessions ought to be. So in this inner yoga event series, I think I have to look at that aspect as well and talk about it. So we will have, Jackie will have, and others, we'll have an in-person in Vienna Community Center Auditorium, May 27th, 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. and June 3rd, 10 a.m. So I think we didn't get any other slot, at least at that auditorium for June. So May 27th and June 3rd. And then we'll do a virtual global event on June 21st on the International Yoga Day. So just wanted to let you know. There is a quick video that I recorded this time. I went to India about how Satsang actually supports a holistic lifestyle. I mean, it's a very short 2-minute video. Let's just look at that before we practice today.
So finally, we have come to the conclusion of this 5-week online course. So final week, the attempt would be to bring this all together. So I would like to emphasize the goal is inner peace or land of peace or ocean of peace. And it can be achieved through satsang, and we can achieve lots of byproducts on the way. And we'll talk about some of those. So it's not just physical aspects of getting better. It's not just the financial aspects and not just the mental aspects and just the spiritual aspects. I think we need to carve out a holistic approach to make sure that we do our duties as a student, as a professional, as a caretaker at home, or any pursuit that we are into from a worldly perspective, as well as keep ourselves mentally strong and spiritually strong. So to me, this week, now that we have learned a lot of the core concepts and things that are important, we also need to understand that this is a complete system. This is a holistic approach, and it's not just about one thing that, if you take this, then leave everything else. It is a holistic approach, a lifestyle that should provide you success in all aspects of life.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have forewarned that, the video starts with, this video would become part of the 5-week course that I'm almost there to release. And the reason I actually went to develop this 5-week course is, one, I think the idea is to bring some of the concepts all together so people can, you know, kind of hone into why we do what we do. Because the more you understand what you're doing and how it actually ties with peace, how it ties with you being able to, you know, not just learn, like get hardwired in your brain to have unconditional love and light in terms of knowledge, you know, how all this, with concentration, your ability to acquire deeper knowledge on things becomes far, far deeper. So all this, you know, how it ties together. So I'm pulling together into a 5-week course, and that also will help people to, you know, it's like go through a 5-week learning exercise. And through that process, you know, hopefully, if people stick around, it will actually help them integrate, you know, meditation into their lifestyle. Because, you know, if you try something for 3 weeks or so, then, you know, it could become a habit, and a good habit in a way, I'd say. All right, so now let's practice. So as usual, sit in a relaxed posture, eyes lightly closed, and feel the presence of this transcendental energy in form of light that's entering your heart and distributing throughout your body, and you are becoming totally immersed in this light. If mind wanders away, just, you know, bring it back to this thought and this thought alone, that this transcendental light is entering your heart and distributing throughout your body, and you are becoming immersed in that light. Mind will wander away naturally. It would happen when you realize that mind has wandered away. Just bring it back to this thought that you are in the presence of this transcendental energy in form of light that's entering your heart, distributing throughout your body, and you're becoming one with this light. Let's start now. Happy Tuesday, everyone. How's it going? So, Elena, how are you?
Hello, Mr. Kumar.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I had more experiences of like the lights, and I know to just keep focusing on the energy, and I had a stillness like I didn't have the last two
Hmm.
times. So it's like the experience is changing with each time.
But yes, stillness is a sign of it getting a bit deeper, which is good. I remember in one of his books, uh, my grandfather talked about his guru. He used to say that, if you see all these different lights and different uh, uh, things are happening while you're meditating, it's all good. But, I think as you're saying, when it gets deeper, when it, be ready to leave some of this behind, because don't get stuck with things, because growth, even spiritually speaking, is you know just continues to take you through these steps.
Thank you.
Good. It's all good. Very good. Good to hear. Good to hear. Thanks for sharing. So, Jackie, how are things going with you? I'm glad to see you here.
Will come on the 27th in person.
Okay, 27th. Yeah. There are two sessions, 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. Either or both, whichever you can do.
I'm beginning to.
You were saying you're beginning to. Jackie can't hear you anymore. Oh. Yeah, you were saying something. I think it got cut. Oh, can't hear you anymore for some reason. Onkar or Shivangi, can you hear her? Oh.
No, Bhayaji, I think her audio got cut.
No. Maybe if you disconnect the audio and connect back in again with the audio, something happened to the audio, I guess. So Lynn, Jeff, anything to share?
I do.
How are you?
I'm very mellowed out right now. Just to begin my first starters for the meditation for Satsang. That would be a very important task on how to be aware of my surroundings for light, love, and peace.
Yeah. Lynn, anything on your end? So Jackie, can you try to maybe just disconnect and connect back in again? I think something happened to your audio. Got it. Got it. Got your message. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, somehow the audio got messed up, but that's okay. So you were saying that you would be able to come on the 27th. So both 27th and the 3rd, we have 10 a.m. And then 27th, we have 6 p.m. as well. So online as well, and in person, whoever can come, yeah. And so, very good. Thank you. So, so Jackie is saying, wish there were more than 2 sessions a week. Sometimes when we send the energy out, you never know, because the way I'm planning the 5-week course, I think there might be some few additional activities, both virtual and in person, that might come out of it. So I'm planning after July, I think there will be a little bit of additional in-person across US and India. I think June 10th, we're doing one in India, Bangalore. And yeah, a bunch of stuff that we're planning now. Yeah, there is a plan to do something in the Bay Area, in Toronto. But yeah, we'll figure that out. More in person to be done. Yeah, Onkar is saying, so I think on the YouTube channel, there is one playlist called Daily Meditations. There is only one video right now, but we're planning to put multiple ones there. Maybe Shivangi, if you could share the YouTube channel again, I think there is a playlist for daily meditation, so that can be used. But I think what I'm planning is like for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so 7 videos for daily meditation, and we'll create that playlist. Yeah, so work to do. So Eddie, what's the wrap-up thought today?
You had mentioned that we should try to make this a habit. And when you said that, I think about the Olympic athlete and the martial artist, and they're taught and practice repetition. So if you're a swimmer, you do many laps in the pool. If you're a martial artist, you do forms over and over again until they become sort of like muscle memory. And you're increasing your skill, your acumen. And so in the process of meditation, we're purifying ourselves. This process of cleansing ourselves is a repetitive process. So each time that we practice Satsang, we do that process of cleaning, and we thereby raising our consciousness. So if we want to achieve our goal, that ocean of peace in the shortest amount of time, it behooves us to make it a habit so that it becomes an everyday practice. And this cleansing is a part of our daily routine, and it'll help us get to that final goal much, much faster. And it also becomes comfortable, right? I mean, it's like when you go to the gym and exercise every day, you miss a day, you miss 2 days, you really feel bad and you want to do it again, right? It becomes a part of your life and your body kind of desires it. It's the same thing with meditation. You start to do this every day and you miss a day or two and it's like, oh, I got to meditate, you know, it becomes a part of you. And that's a good thing. So I think it's wise advice for us from you to us to make it a habit if we can.
Yeah, very. So something must be in the air, because I was listening to a talk this afternoon and they were talking about muscle memory. Thank you, Eddie. That was awesome. Yeah, and they were like describing it in business terms, how it's important, and sports, it's so important. But yeah, you're absolutely right. It applies the same way here. And especially, I mean, there are so many factors that get into a very deep and very effective practice. So quality also matters, not just quantity, but practice and muscle memory, absolutely important. Awesome. On that note, we'll see you again soon. Saturday, 10 a.m. is the next one. And I'm really glad that I was here with you all. Thank you so much. And have a great week ahead. Thank you. Namaskar.
Namaskar. Thank you, Sanjeev. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Thank you.
Namaskar, Bhaiya. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Namaste, Bhaiya ji. Good night, everyone.